what? He's right back on top.
And here we see the players waiting impatiently for the gong to so far this tournament. And like you say, max tension. Not max Farmadam, but max tension in the center in this game after d5. And maybe we retraced our steps just to see what opening it did indeed arise from.
Okay, it was d4, as predicted. Wenjun is a d4 player. Okay, Nimzo, and a Bogo Indian by Gukesh, which of course is quite a bit less popular than d7, d5, as we saw in Fallujah versus Ding, but still a very reputable opening. Bishop d2, bishop back to e7. Okay, I'm not totally familiar with this. I don't play this with either color. It must be a move. Knight c3, castles, wow. Allowing e4, and now striking with d5. This is some, garage, startup, weird, modern stuff by Gukesh. And Wenjun currently pondering how to resolve the central tension. Of course, the tempting option, David, is to play this classic c takes d5 and then to push e5. What do you make of this? Have you seen this before? What is this from Gukesh?
I must admit I'm not familiar either with this. It looks super provocative. This is definitely one of those openings you just kind of pick up once, try it out, make your future opponents waste some time preparing. For example, those future candidates, they'll have to be like, oh, is Gukesh really going to do this against me? But I think you don't repeat this opening because it does look like White should have great chances. White has an extra tempo after all. It's not the best extra tempo, this bishop on d2, but you have the center, and I wouldn't be able to resist. Push a pawn to e5 either now or on the next turn, after trading on d5 first. And I guess the idea for black is to plant the knight on e4, and now there is a target. You can take this bishop on d2. Do you think...
I'll make the moves.
Yeah,
take
let's do it.
e5, it definitely, if you're playing knight e8 here, then, I think you need to be demoted to the challenger section. No, knight e4 it is.
That's disrespectful to the challenger section.
Yeah, you have to be demoted to the open. I think there's also an open for the, for the spectators. That's where you belong. If
The amateurs.
Back to e8.
Amateurs D group.
Exactly. Okay, so here you can see the idea of inducing bishop d2 as you indicated. Okay, bishop d3 is very natural, and I would imagine that Gukesh would grab the bishop pair.
Yeah, most likely you take the bishop pair, then you try and open things up. I'm not sure whether that's with a quick c5 or quick f6, but either way, we have, I think, a lot of certainty that this is Gukesh's preparation, and this might deter Wenjun from entering such a forcing line. It does get quite concrete here. Maybe White's center is hard to keep intact. Black will get relatively active. Yeah, takes. Now I'm not sure. Knight c6.
Yeah. Now you think.
Giving up a pawn. Now you think. But we should point this out, Daniel. Knight takes d5 is a pawn-winning threat.
Absolutely. This tactic I can see even this early in the morning. But this is the limit. Knight takes d5 is very thematic. And if you gobble up the knight, the eval bar shoots up, the queen goes down, and black does not have enough to show for it. So this is one option. Another option is to go for your other idea, David. Instead of c5, if we rewind, this is, I think, a critical moment, and this position must feature in Gukesh's preparation, because we've made all the most natural moves for White. Maybe you just want to go knight c6 and play for a quick f6, French style, bishop g4 if you're allowed to do that, and I can see how Wenjun
Wow, great to see Alariza Faruja in such great spirits, Danya.
Oh my gosh, I think Fiona's doing a phenomenal job, by the way, with interviews, which are not easy. It's really hard. And players are just like inherently not talkative especially after a game, win or lose. And she's doing a phenomenal job. Alireza is great. And yeah, I mean, Amsterdam is, again, as I said at the start of the show, it is quite close. It's like a 30-minute train ride. But I think the nearest city is Bij for Wijk. I'm sure I got all the Dutch people in the chat. Like, no, it's Bij for Wijk. It's like, you American. But I did my best, and it's got more of a restaurant variety, so maybe that's where the players will head. Enough tarantella to last them a lifetime.
Yeah, I can attest to the fact there's not that much to do in Wijk, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it's just great to see him in such top spirits. But Danya, I think finally we're about to see
Yeah. There we go.
We're about to be treated to a handshake. Knight checks. The Black King cannot safely dodge without losing protection of its own knight, and Wenjun is forcing the issue. Both sides, their winning chances are receding quicker than my hairline, so it's going to be a draw at any moment now.
Yeah. My camera was shaking there. Now they're about to shake hands. Tarantella is the name of the pizzeria in Wijk. It's solid. It's pretty good, but I mean, you don't eat pizza for like a year after you come back from the event. There we go. Handshake, repetition, and a very fair result. And Wenjun continues her incredibly solid performance. She is an incredibly difficult opponent, particularly with the black pieces. Doing great in this monumentally difficult event.
Yeah, she plays another candidate, and she gets a very, very commendable half point, and a draw, a fair result. I think one we could have predicted for a while, but an interesting game nonetheless. And both players, they've earned their rest day.